Hello everyone, welcome back to the ARP podcast. This is episode number 43 with me, Aaron, and James.
Alright everyone.
So, to start this off with, we're going to continue with YouTube news. So, do you want to say yours first, James, if you've got any?
Yeah, I've got one. So, as you've been on a few, you've been on a few, you're a busy bloke, but we haven't really, the ones that you have been on in recent times, we haven't talked about the man, the myth, the legend. I think we haven't talked about him since the Alan Partridge review, Kalams Corner. His latest video is absolutely hilarious, man. You've watched it, haven't you?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Like, I love how it goes 1 to 1 from 100. Not in the same like clip, but like one clip is like, I'm going to phone them up and we'll sort this out. And then the next clip is, right, boycott BT because they are a back of us. You know? And then he's like, I've been flying around my house like a blue ass bloody fly trying to get a good connection.
What's the title of it? It's like, I will fart on your grandmother or something, like, or grandmother's eyes or something.
I'll fart on your grandmother's face or whatever. So weird because what happened at the end of the video, because the reason why he's getting a new internet. Oh wait, one weird thing he was saying, I was really freaked out by this. It wasn't even funny. It's sort of funny looking back on it, but it's kind of worrying. But he was like, look at what Lenny's done, you lazy so-and-so Lenny.
Oh.
And then he's like, if there's an apocalypse, I was going to eat my guinea pigs first, if it came to it, but now I'm eating my dog first. I'm eating Lenny first when this gets the worst. And then, well, he wasn't that angry, but he was like, I'm going to eat Lenny first. And then Lenny was coming to licking him. It was really a nice, lovely scene where Lenny was licking him and saying, no, I love you, Lenny. I wouldn't eat you, really.
Oh, that video was all over the place, but yeah, it's
I
weird.
personally loved it, but I get what you mean.
It's weird with Kalams Corner though, because these videos are gone from being like every other day to like once every 2 weeks now or something.
Well, the reason why, the first reason why he couldn't bring him out was because Vic and his mum were together, like Vic from his sister's Extinction Rebellion. No, not the Sideman, no, not Vic Star. But it'd be cool if it was him though, and he just took the mick out of Kalams Corner. But no, it was some fat bloke with a massive purple beard or something. And he's been dating his mum, and he hasn't had time to himself to stream or film. And then after that, the internet started breaking because of the DOSers or something, because people get DOSing his IP address. And then he kept trying to get new internet, and then as soon as he fixed it himself to change his IP address, Lenny ripped the internet out and broke it. And he's like, I'm thinking of ending the corner, and I was like, no! But then he's like, but I'm not going to do anything like that. I'm not going to let them push me away over something like this. And at the end he said, I will shit on my hand and slap you with it. He said, and then you might say, oh, I'm a preteen, I'm a little kid, blah, 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 blah. And then so I will shit on your mother's face, and I will shit on your grandma's face. And it's like, bloody hell. I mean, DOSers are really, 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 really irritating. They clearly don't have much good going on in their life if they have to troll people like that. But they are really, really irritating. But I wouldn't want any physical harm to happen to them or their families, you know. I wouldn't want Kalams Corner to poo on his mum's face. I mean, if she's into stuff like that and she's... No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I wouldn't want that to happen to anyone, you know.
Yeah.
Sin isn't all, but they could just get done by the police or fined. Even if it's a kid, they should get fined. Or the parents. As much as it's not the parents' fault, it is your kid, it's your responsibility. If they're not old enough to go to prison, then the parents should either be fined loads or they should go to prison to teach the kid a lesson.
Yeah.
Can't be doing stuff like people.
Oh yeah, so have you got any more YouTube news? I was going to say mine then. I'll sort of cut you off for a second.
Oh yeah, go for it. Nothing else really from Kalams Corner. It's good that he's been streaming again. His internet's working again. That's all I can say really. Hopefully he gets through this pandemic well, and he makes videos and he gets further on in his YouTube career. So yeah.
So the bit of YouTube news I've got, it's a bit annoying more than anything. So you've heard of H3H3, haven't you?
Of course I have, Ethan. Yeah.
Well, yeah, specifically Ethan, not really Healer. In this thing, but basically on Twitter he's been just really annoying everyone lately because on his podcast he can't get any guests because they have to do it in person, and obviously you can't.
Why can't he do it? Why can't he do it over the internet?
I guess because people are either busy or they're just pulling out, or they just prefer it in person, because if it's over the internet, you can't like have the camera on them, can you? And it's just a sort of different vibe going on.
They could do like a video cam or something, but yeah, I get what you mean.
So pretty much what he's been doing is he's been making obviously podcasts and videos on his own and with Healer, his like wife. But what he's been doing is he's basically been calling out people for no reason whatsoever. So you know the CEO of Amazon, is it Jeff Bezos?
Yeah, I've heard of Jeff Bezos. Yeah, I didn't know he owned Amazon, but I know isn't he like the richest bloke in the world or something?
Yeah, he's got like it's worth like 140, 150 billion or something. But pretty much,
fair play, lad.
But pretty much, he's saying every millionaire and billionaire should be shelling out and buying everything for all like the entire world. But he doesn't realise he's one of the millionaires that he's criticising.
So is H3H? So H3H3 isn't donating and helping people out. He's just telling people to donate and help out. Yeah,
he's basically saying if you have money, you should donate it. But he's just moved into a $10 million mansion.
You know what? If that's his attitude, then what he should do: sell the $10 million mansion, buy a $1 million mansion, and give the $9 million away. Because at the end of the day, he's got money coming in from this YouTube gig, from his podcast, from his main channel, Legacy Views. If he wants all these millionaires to start paying and billionaires, then he should be doing the same. He shouldn't be a hypocrite.
Yeah, exactly. But pretty much, he's basically that bored. He started an argument on Keemstar, and I forgot his name. Is it Joseph Paul Watson?
Oh yeah, the political commentator, yeah.
But basically, he started having a go at them on Twitter, accusing Keemstar of being like a sexist and a rapist and stuff. And then he accused that Joseph Paul Watson of being a terrorist.
I don't even know what to say.
I know, it's bizarre. I'd recommend watching the Memeology video because it goes over it a lot better than what I've just summarised it as. But it's mad.
Yeah, I mean, what I hate about Ethan is that he's always like, let's stay away from politics. Then he has all these political, these political people on his podcast all the time. He has loads and loads of political people. He talks loads of politics with people. He's like, oh, I stay away from that. And now he's attacking poor Joseph Watson. And I know Keemstar isn't a political commentator, but still, I don't see why he wants to stay away from things that will divide the audience, but he's doing things that are dividing people. So
I know, it's just so weird. And I think this year, I don't know ruin what's going to happen in the podcast later, but it does play into a lot of stuff that we'll be talking about in a bit. So stick around for that.
Yeah.
Cheeky plug.
Yeah. To be honest though, H3H3 having a go at like accusing people of terrorism, that I don't care what their political views are. If they haven't done any terrorism things and you're just accusing them out of the blue, then you've got serious issues. You're an absolute idiot. You know, you're an absolute fool if you're accusing people of heinous things like that.
And it just shows at the end of the day he doesn't have a proper argument if he's just accusing something. It's basically a playground insult, isn't it?
Yeah. Just throwing things out there. He's probably just doing it for attention or to win fans over. I don't know, to win fans and lose fans. I don't know. The problem is, people who are fans of people just because of their political views or their political stance or whatever, you're not going to keep them around that long, because if anyone can have a view that you have, can't they? A YouTuber I don't like, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. The thing is, I was about to say Logan Paul, but I'm actually a big fan of his podcast now, and I don't even mind Jake anymore, mainly because Ryan Garcia was on there. Okay, say if Boogie had all the same views that I had, I know he goes on about politics, but say if he agreed with me on absolute, because there's loads of different camps, there's loads of different people who think different things. You know, it isn't just one side and one side. There's loads of people who have loads of different views. But say if Boogie agreed with absolutely everything that I agreed with, every single little thing, I still wouldn't be much of a fan of him anymore, because it isn't the type of content I enjoy. You know, so people who just watch people just because they agree on everything is daft. It's weird. You should like people for their content, you know.
I know.
So, have you got any more news?
No, that was it. I only got one bit.
Okay, fair enough. I want to bring up a random conversation. I think I mentioned it to you on Messenger. Music, right? So people, all these amazing people, amazing songwriters, you know, Noel Gallagher, Paul McCartney and John Lennon, you know, Gary Kemp and his brother in Spandau Ballet, Elton John's songwriters and Elvis's and Michael Jackson's and songwriters and I don't know, bloody Adele's songwriters. I don't know, but you know what I mean. Like a lot of them say that they take weed to write their best stuff, and I'm thinking, surely they're still writing the songs themselves, you know. And I talked to this geezer about why can they write good songs on drugs, but they lose that edge when they're off drugs. And this geezer I know is in a band. It's not a big famous band or anything at all. But this geezer I know, who I previously worked with, he said that there's a theory that says it isn't them writing the songs, it's the drug writing the songs. But at the time I thought very interesting, but then I thought afterwards I was thinking, but all sorts of people write different songs. If it's the weed writing the songs, then surely they'd be coming out with the same crap or the same stuff. You know, what do you think of people when they're taking drugs and they can write stuff amazing, and then off the stuff they can't write anything anywhere near as good?
I guess it's because if you take stuff like that, you forget a lot of like life's like natural worries and stuff, don't you? So you don't worry about paying like bills and stuff. You just like in your own. It's like you're in the dream world. Like in your dreams, you don't worry about paying for stuff. You don't worry about making sure you have enough food in or whatever. It's like a perfect place. So I guess if they reach this perfect place, they can just, you know, they can put exactly what their mind's telling them onto paper a lot easier because there's a lot less stuff blocking them out.
Yeah. That's actually a ridiculously interesting point, man, to be fair. Very, very interesting. I don't know, it just seems weird how, like, surely they've got good stuff without the substance stuff. I don't know. Just really interesting to me, to be honest. I mean, I've wrote some songs before for the future. You've wrote some songs before. And I haven't taken any influence. I've just thought of things, and then I've just started thinking of them. But, like, I've thought of 2 lines before, and then I've thought, I can't think of anything else. And a few days later, I might think, oh, cool, this rhymes. Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
But I don't know, we all go through different processes at the end of the day. And when I showed you one of the songs I wrote, you said to me, loads of things sound daft on paper, but it's how things are sung, or like the back, you know, the instruments played in the background, you know, that's what makes a song sound good. Because, hey Jude, no, that sounds stupid written on a piece of paper. Yeah. Or no, hey Jude, you know. Me. The signature belch.
Oh no, it hasn't happened for a while.
True. But that's all I wanted to bring up about that music stuff, really. Have you got any other points for it?
No, not really. I don't know, make it like a 4-hour long thing, but no, I can't really think about anything else about music writing specifically. Not at the moment, anyways.
Fair enough. So one of the main topics we're going to talk about now is people quitting YouTube and losing the passion. So a cheeky YouTuber known as Sips. There's another YouTuber called Sips, but it's spelled differently. This is CYPS. So this geezer put a thing in the Kalams Corners Discord saying, I'm going to quit YouTube, a massive long thing. And I was like, oh, that sucks, mate, but fair play to you, blah, 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 blah. I messaged him. And then I found out it was a bloody April Fool's Day prank. And I was like, oh, bloody hell. I mean, what is the point? But everyone's done that over the years. I can't believe I fell for it, though. Everyone put, I quit on April Fool's. Like, what is the absolute... You know, Sips is a cool bloke and all that, but, like, why would you put that in as a prank? Surely you'd do something better, like, I don't know, massive Kalams Corner compilation, and then it's just some fat person going, blah! Or something. That would have been so much more funny, even though you'd be able to tell because it's a 1-second video, so of course it's not a compilation. But,
yeah.
I don't know, maybe 15 minutes of a fat bloke going, blah, you know. But yeah, so that was a really weird prank. But it made me think, why do YouTubers suddenly quit? Because for some reason, with Sips is quitting, you've said, like, before, you know, he's got that sort of type of personality, which seems like he's a cool bloke, you know, but he sort of seems like he's just doing YouTube for the ride. He seems like a bit of a really chilled out bloke who doesn't really seem that bothered about clout and fame. So it sort of seems like he seems like the sort of person who can just let go of all this success and fame. I mean, I know he's not famous, but he's like you know, 3,200 subs and 500k views. You know, that's pretty good. I know it's off Kalams Corners' name, but I was saying to you before when he said he was going to quit, because obviously at first I thought it was real, and I don't know if you did, but yeah, because I was saying maybe he could have 2 years off, you know, instead of quitting fully and then come back. But then Kalams Corner might be irrelevant. But even though Kalams Corner isn't really relevant, his channel's always growing and he's always getting a decent amount of views, you know. It's not like he hasn't got a fan base or anything. It's not like people aren't subbing to him. He's on like 308,000, I think. So fair play to the lad, you know. But so I think if he had 2 years off, then came back, it'd still be successful. It'd still be Kalams Corner, still be doing well. But as you said, it's a bit bad to just build your name off one person, because as soon as that person dies out, because as much as Kalams Corner's a legend, he ain't going to be doing YouTube forever. There's only so many rages he can do. I reckon he does it for...
I reckon another year.
Another year? No, don't say that.
No, I personally think... I'm not right. I don't sound weird. I personally think he's just going to... Something's going to happen, and he's just like, no, I can't do this anymore. And then retires.
Well, hopefully one massive, amazing rage, and then he says, I can't do this anymore.
Imagine if he did a rage and it killed him.
Miles! Oh! I mean, that would be very sad.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying I wish Kalams Corner would die. I'm just saying that would be a very weird but funny way to go.
Yeah, raging over some person sending you a dildo. Don't know.
You shoved it up my arse.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't blame him for raging at that, I guess. But like, you know, it's just how he gets it out of his system. But the thing is, you've got to realise, Aaron, he's making like 20 to 25k. He's definitely actually making 30k, because so many people pay money to type stupid stuff in and play stupid videos and to hear his reaction. He makes 100 quid a stream, and he's streaming like nearly every day or every 2 days. So I reckon he's in the 30k limit somewhere. I reckon he's getting above 30k, and I don't think someone like him would go from just making videos, doing stuff and doing streams to going back to his normal life where he just is a carer. Which I know he enjoys the work, but again, would he want to go back to that? You know,
yeah,
he can make way more off of YouTube, and you know, loads of people are fans of him. So I can't see him quitting in a year over something. I feel like he'll just rage. But personally, I think he'll quit between... I know this sounds mental. This sounds absolutely mental, because anything can happen. But I reckon between 10 to 25 years. I know that sounds crazy, but I think he just loves YouTube so much, and he's going to get all the stuff out there while he can, and then he'll probably retire at like 65 or whatever. But how old is he now? 40, yeah. So he might retire at 50 or 65. Who knows? I think he just loves his corner. But again, there's only so much you can do. You know, there's only so many rages, so many videos he can do. Maybe he gets fed up of it. Maybe he thinks I've done everything I can, you know, or maybe he gradually stops uploading and then it just ends there. I don't know. But all I'm saying is building your name. And now I know that we do it. Like, obviously, Aaron talks about DSP, but he, you know, knows stuff about other YouTubers. But like, we're not just building the channel off DSP. It isn't just DSP compilation of DSP sneezing down the toilet or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
It isn't just the same. And I'm not saying Tipsy's videos are bad or anything. I'm just saying his videos are quite entertaining and good, and the stream highlights are funny. But I'm just saying, in general, you shouldn't just rely on one YouTube, because as soon as that YouTuber dies out, then your channel will probably die out and people won't be bothered. You need to try and make your own natural content as well, in my opinion.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think one of the main reasons why people lose interest is when in YouTube is when the channels get they get way too big, and then it goes from being like someone just sat in their bedroom to like you got a producer, you got a director, you got people working the lighting, all that. If it goes from just you and your laptop to you and 20 people telling you what to do, it's really different.
I sort of get what you mean, but I feel like some people thrive under that massive creative environment because they build their YouTube show. Like True Geordie with the Kickoff. I reckon he loves having a whole crew with him, even though it's more responsibility and more pay. I feel like that's how much the channel makes, a portion of what the channel makes. I feel like he enjoys having people around him and enjoys the high quality content and enjoys people working for him and having a studio. I personally think that'd be class, personally. If that ever happened to ALP, what would you think of that?
I mean, it works like a podcast channel, but like if you take like some comedians and all that on YouTube, or people, you know when they go from like it's just them to having like a TV show, it's so different, and then they lose all their credibility on YouTube because it's like you're not one of us anymore. We can't relate to you.
Yeah, I get what you mean. So, like, if
it's like, oh, what was the name?
If PewDiePie had a TV show and it wasn't him reviewing memes anymore.
Yeah. If it was like PewDiePie, I'm just trying to think of an example. If PewDiePie sets up a real estate market, yeah, it would be that. You know, you can't relate to it anymore, can you?
It wouldn't really make much sense because he's on $1 million a year from YouTube, or well, even more than that now, obviously. But way more than that, sorry. But you know what I mean. Like, he, I feel like with YouTubers doing TV show type things, that's their fault. You know, I feel like a lot of people stick to the main formula and try and make videos, even if it's high quality and high budget, like the Sidemen doing The Chase or Pointless or I don't know, whatever shows they're mimic or whatever. I feel like they do try and keep their natural videos as well, but some people who go on TV, it's just weird, to be honest, I guess. And then I guess they either go back to YouTube or they quit fully because people become uninterested. So
yeah, I guess as well, it's this is a completely different reason why, but I guess with certain type of YouTube channels, you've got to keep up with trends, haven't you? Or you've got to be unique. But on YouTube, every day, YouTube is becoming less and less unique. It's all about like conforming to the same style of videos, the same personalities and stuff. So I guess some people just lose interest from it.
Yeah, I totally get what you mean. Or I feel another thing, growing up, you know, there's this Brit film channel that I used to watch called Pizza Movies, and because he went to college. This was years and years ago, but I remember in 2011 he stopped uploading. I was like, oh damn! I was like really gutted at the time, because obviously as an 11-year-old who loved Brit filming, I was like, oh, why is he leaving? But growing up, looking back on it, I realised he had to go to college, and he's got in a good career. You know, he's got a wife and a kid now, I think, and he's got his own place. So, you know, he's got loads more responsibilities now. He doesn't have time to sit there moving pieces of Lego about and taking a photo at a time. He doesn't have the time for that, and probably the passion for it anymore. So, you know.
Yeah.
But and that can be the same with machinima people or animators. I know a lot of animators on YouTube because they make very bizarre videos. Some of them, like, they make stupid expressions on the characters and make them do weird things. They might be in a situation where they don't have time to do it anymore as well. Because like that Pizza Movies made videos when he was a kid and a teenager, and then he went to college and all that. But the animators, I think, are all adults because you can tell by their voices and the voice acting. I think they are anyway. I don't know. But yeah, they don't. And animations take loads of times to make, and so do machinimas, and people might not have the time for that stuff anymore, really.
I was just thinking about it as well. This is just something I thought of now. When you just said about people like coming in and like replacing people, it just makes a YouTube channel that was once, like, as I said before, just like a kid in their bedroom or something. I don't know how to describe it. It just makes it something that it isn't anymore. It's like with, was it Ray William Johnson when they just had loads and loads and loads of new people coming in?
Yeah, because he fell out with the company that he talked about on Impulsive. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said this isn't a fair deal, and then they said, all right, you're fired then. And he said, all right, no, he said, well, if you don't do this deal, we can't work with you. He said, all right, I'm going to leave, and then they replaced him, and he was like, whoa. Don't quote me on it, I can't remember exactly what happened. And then after that, they got a load of new people in, but then Ray William Johnson, nowadays, he just makes videos to help people. I sort of respect how he doesn't really care about the views anymore, and he just sort of wants to help people. He's not bothered about the clicks because he's set for life. He just wants to make content he enjoys making, so I respect that a lot.
I know he's on Facebook though now. He's making weird skit videos, isn't he, on Facebook?
Oh, skit videos. Didn't know about that. Just saw his life guide.
he's moved
business
over
guy.
to Facebook because you can get so many views on Facebook. Like this podcast on YouTube might get 100 views at most. On Facebook, you could probably get like 5k.
Yeah, true. Because people, the problem is that you don't get as many dedicated fans. Because if you look at Kalams Corners Facebook, I swear his TikTok video got like 10 million. But how many likes has he got? Not many. You know, not many likes really, and not many people back to his other videos. They just stick around for the main videos, and it's a lot. There's more people on Facebook, and it's a lot easier to click on something on Facebook because people can share it so much easier. It's on timelines and walls, and people's walls. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are ways that people usually quit. I've got a few more though. Just fading into irrelevancy, really, just being totally irrelevant. I don't need to bring up Boogie in, but gaming is a dying breed. He talks about gaming all the time, and people just aren't as bothered anymore. He has a few dedicated fans, which is good, but at the same time, people just aren't bothered about gaming anymore. Loads of gaming channels are dying. I mean, I don't know if Vanos Gaming gets many views anymore, but yeah, loads of gaming channels are just becoming really irrelevant because YouTube's moving on. You know, YouTube mostly, number one, what they love promoting is either sports, the big wigs like Jimmy Kimmel or what's his name, that other bloke, the bloke with the slick back hair, can't remember his name.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I really can't remember him now. He looks a little bit like a he looks like he shouldn't have that slick back hair. He looks like he should have shorter hair. I was about to say he looks a bit like a stone walrus. I don't know, a walrus carved out of stone. I don't know where that came from. But yeah, Bill Mather, that's it. Or Bill Mather, however you pronounce it. YouTube love promoting the big wigs. They love weird, so mainly big wigs and kids content like family YouTubers or whatever. Those are the two main things. Then after that is, I don't know, and sports, as I said, and all that sort of stuff. Then after that is probably, I don't know, commentary channels, the Joe Rogan podcast, and yeah, everything else doesn't really get promoted. You sort of have to scour for stuff yourself. But then I don't really see him promoting many gaming videos, you know, that much. And as I said, Boogie stuff, even though he's done, as I said earlier, as an example, even though Boogie stuff doesn't interest me anymore, no, even though Boogie's done some bad things, I mean, even if he hadn't have done those bad things, I just wouldn't be interested in, even if he'd done loads of good things, I'd be like, fair play to him, but I'm just not that interested in his content anymore, you know.
Yeah.
And Boogie's done some really good things as well, obviously, but, yeah. You know. So irrelevancy. I'm not. I know Boogie hasn't quit, but I'm just saying channels go downhill, and then you think I'm not getting any views anymore. I've done this thing for years and years and years. I'm just not that interested, really. I'm not getting any views. No one cares. What's the point? But I suppose a lot of people just see it as their income, don't they? It's an easy income. It's better than going to work. Just making videos is better than going to work at Tesco. So you know, for some people.
I know there's that thing on YouTube where a lot of people think that this is going to be like a job for life, but YouTube was never set up to be a job. That's why there's so many issues with being paid and stuff from it, because from the outset there was no like outset for people to get paid, so it's not a job you can have forever. That's what I'm sort of trying to say.
100% true, you know. There could some business could set up a new platform which is really lenient on copyright things, and more people could be appealing to that. I don't think they will anytime soon. I think this will be 10, 20 years in the future. It does depend how YouTube play their cards as well. But definitely people could set up a new platform, and then more people go over to that, and then YouTubers don't make any money anymore, or barely any money, so they don't want to do it, or they move on to this new site. You know what I mean? And also, it's more like, it's definitely a business. It isn't a guaranteed pay job. I know a lot of businesses are like, you know, I know, I'll mention Tesco again. If you work for Tesco, you get paid, I don't know, £8.20 an hour or whatever. If you're over 25, everyone gets paid £8.20, I don't know. But you get paid that money, and you're almost guaranteed that money. Well, you are guaranteed the money. And if the business fails, I suppose they'll try and find you a new shop to work at, or you get a redundancy money. But with YouTube, there's no redundancy money there. None of this. you might only get a quid, you know, which you probably won't if you're famous, but you might only get a quid. But I suppose you go into other things like Twitch to make sure you make some sort of income, I suppose. But it is like a business, you know. At one point, you might be making, I don't know, you might have a business where you make barrels, and then barrels aren't relevant anymore. You might go into fencing. Fences are still relevant, but you might go into mechanics, you know. So there's loads of different things. It's all about keeping up with the times and keeping up with the trends, isn't it? You know, to make your business successful. Well, to make your channel successful. If you just... Sometimes it's fine to make stuff that you want to make, but then you can't, like, just... You can still spam out stuff you want to make, but if it's not getting any views, you're not going to make money, so then you're going to even need to make stuff that will get more views, or just make stuff you like and get a normal job, you know?
Yeah.
As you... The business is guaranteed. You have to go out there, get the views yourself. But yeah, another reason why people quit, maybe, well, not quit, but some people's channels get banned, don't they? Like Alex Jones, and I don't know, I Hate Everything got banned as well, didn't he? For taking the mick out of a director. His channel got banned for a small amount of time, then he came back. It was really weird. But yeah, so things like that can happen, and maybe you either get banned and YouTube don't let you come back, or you get banned and you're like, oh, I can't be arsed. Even if your channel gets unbanned, you're like, oh, I can't be arsed with this stuff anymore. You know, so that can be another reason. The main reason is I feel like people just losing the passion. That's the main reason people quit. They're not passionate about it anymore. They've done it for years and years and years, and they just don't see the point in doing it anymore. If you're just doing it for money, and if it's only for money, only to try and reach fame, but YouTube so it's very hard to get to a position where you're earning money off of it, you know. You should be doing it because you're enjoying it, you know. And I know that sounds cliche, but you know, I think it's true.
Yeah, because if you go into... I mean, there's so many people now, I mean, it's been happening since you could get paid in it, who go into YouTube with the specific mindset of, I want to get paid. You're not going to be making the type of content that's very good. You're making the type of content that advertisers like, or you're going to be making clickbait.
Yeah, or yeah, exactly. You're just going to be making Morgs and Derp stuff.
Because I know me and you were talking about it before the podcast began, about like our most viewed videos, and we're saying our most viewed videos aren't clickbaity ones.
Yeah. I mean, as I say, UFC predictions. You get what you get. You know, UFC predictions. The podcasts. You usually get what you get in the title. I know I made a video recently called The Greatest Joke Ever, but that is just more of a joke video. I know it's a little bit clickbaity, but it is meant as a joke. It's meant to be. It's just subjectively, you know, my personal opinion, the greatest joke, as I say in the video. I'm not bringing people in clickbaiting. You know, your DSP videos, they're more. You get what you get. They're not fake, are they? Otherwise, there'd be loads of dislikes and loads of angry people. So it isn't a good way to do things clickbait, and you'll get a lot of angry people. And Derp got banned for doing clickbait, so it really isn't worth the risk.
I know.
I'm surprised how Morg's got away with doing clickbait for so many years, but I suppose it wasn't one. I swear one of them was like him having it away with his mum or something.
Oh,
or mum.
Yeah, it was like whoever wins his challenge gets to sleep with someone, or yeah.
Very weird. Very bizarre. But I'm surprised. I know he's a big master on YouTube now. He's got like 10 or 11 million subs. So YouTube can't get rid of him. And he can easily make a new channel, go to a new website, or start a Twitch or something. He's basically unstoppable now. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, fair play to him. I guess he's made all these videos and he works extremely hard. But at the same time, it's like, it's all clickbait. It's all just clickbait rubbish, to be honest. I guess it isn't as clickbaity as Derp stuff, though. I guess the quality of Morgs' content was I never watched Derp, so... But didn't you say, like, Derp's content was really low end, so it was a bit, like, rubbish?
Yeah, it was basically like... what video was it? He said... Oh, it was the one where he said his school told him to delete his YouTube or something. It was basically just gameplay with him talking, and it was... The story just went round and round and round and round. It just didn't make any sense. It was just purely to get over the 10-minute mark, to get more ads.
Annoying it. Is Derp back on YouTube now, or is he still not doing anything?
my Derv law is not very good, but when his original channel got banned, he set up some weird Clash of Clans style game thing where you paid him money. It was basically like, you know, in Twitch you can do that like gamble thing in the Twitch chat.
No, I didn't know about that.
Alright, so in Twitch chat you can gamble with, it's not your bits, it's something else, I forgot what it is. But you can basically like, you can like say spin 10 and whatever currency you have, it will say, oh, you lost it, or you gained back 20 or something. Basically, Derv was doing that, but on a YouTube chat, but people paid him.
Oh, bit daft, isn't it?
And then he made some new videos, and I don't really know what happened after that.
Yeah. And but other stuff with a lot of people's most viewed videos, as you said before we started it, it isn't usually like, it's either an accident or something really relevant, or something's gone wrong with the algorithm and loads of people are just watching it, I don't know, or it's just very, very good and people love the video, you know. Usually the most viewed video is not the best video usually on the channel. It can be a very good video, but it isn't usually the best video on the channel.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that. Anything else you want to add, bro?
No, not on the YouTube part.
All right then. Well, the next and final topic for this podcast. We're stepping into sort of deep waters, but I'm not really too bothered, to be honest. It's just us saying our honest opinions. So, James Corden recently tweeted out how he's been suffering like sadness and anxiety because of this situation. And I do understand it, but he is in the most safe situation ever, in a massive mansion, away from everyone. He is beyond like safe, and it's fine to feel like anxious and nervous and worried, but if you have to publicly say it, you know, when you're in a better situation than the majority of people are, is your struggle really that bad? Like, people who spam stuff on social media, I know he hasn't spammed it, but like people who spam stuff, oh, things are horrible, blah 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 every day. You know, if you have to shout something constantly, it's like, is it really that bad? This virus thing is horrible, but I can guarantee most people would rather be in James Corden's situation than their situation, you know. Because there's people out there who are in flats with loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of people. They've got such a high risk of getting infected. That is way more nerve-wracking than living in a mansion. And I know he's worried about his family and his close friends, but mate, you have a mansion. You should have brought them over before this whole thing, you know, before this lockdown even happened. You know, you should have brought them over, or if you're that worried, send them millions, mate. I mean, how much is James Corden on? Like, I swear he's made loads of money from the TV show he does in America, The League of Their Own, and something else, the carpool, whatever, carpool karaoke.
Part of, was it the Late Show he does?
The Late, yeah. You know, he's on so much money. Just send your family 20 million or something, or send them food and provisions, you know. I know that it isn't all about the money, but you know, just send them money if you're that worried, if it's making you nervous and sad. And I can guarantee that people who have barely any money, people who are scrounging for food, are 10 times more scared than this bloody rich celebrity, you know.
Yeah. I was gonna say as well. Oh, do you want to say yours?
I was just going to ask, what do you think about him saying, oh, I've gone through sadness and anxiety through these dark times?
I was going to say about that, actually, saying there's a lot of celebrities quite similar who saying, oh, yeah, I'm anxious, oh, I'm depressed because I have to stop in or something. But I saw this article, I forgot what it was on, basically saying that a lot of like celebrities now, people don't care about them because it just shows that everyone's the same at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't matter how many millions you've got or how little you've got, this virus thing that's going on is going to affect everyone. And these celebrities, basically, they're realising that they're not anything special, pretty much, and they're just extremely entitled. But with James Corden saying it, I'm like, I know he lives in Los Angeles, or I'm guessing he lives in Los Angeles. He's got a massive compound. He's going to be safe. He can send people out to get stuff for him. it's not like he's having to go out, fight someone in Aldi for a banana and a toilet roll, is it?
Exactly.
It's just basically they're trying. The thing that really annoys me is on the shows that they still have in America that are going on, and in England as well. They're trying to present themselves like normal by doing the shows at their house or wearing a dressing gown while presenting. It's like you're just sort of like insulting people by doing that.
I think it's just greed, to be honest. They're just bothered about getting the viewing figures and making the money. That's all they're bothered about. They don't care about entertaining people. They shouldn't be doing these shows with no one there. Like, I know I'm a little bit like... I understand with sporting events, because these sports stars, some of them, like fighters in the UFC, I know it isn't loads and loads of money. I know it's a nice sum of money, but like some of the fighters who are in the top 15, they get paid $90,000 a fight, so they need to fight. A lot of these celebs are on like millions and millions. And I know you're going to say, "Oh, I love 90,000, thank you," but like, would you really want to go through what they go through? A really hard training camp, a brutal water weight cut, you know, getting loads of sweat out of your body, then getting on the weigh-in, then weighing yourself right 24 hours before the fight. Would you really want to do that? And then would you want to go in the octagon and get punched in the face and, you know, obviously punch someone else in the face? Would you really want to do that? And for £90,000, well, dollars, you know, a lot of these celebrities are on millions, but fighters have to fight, because you think 90,000 is good, but then you got to take into account they've got a training camp, they've got to pay for the training camp, probably a nutritionist. They're probably paying for private sessions at certain times of the training camp. You know, they're paying for a strength and conditioning coach. They might be paying for sparring partners sometimes. You know what I mean? There's loads to take into account. My celebrities, they make $1 million. Like big celebrities, like people who are just famous for being famous, they make £1 million, and then they do nothing. They don't have to pay for much stuff, really.
Yeah. It's just very weird at the end of the day, isn't it? With everyone. Everyone's trying to present themselves as like normal, but then these celebrities are also still quite entitled to the fact that they're better than everyone.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking about fighters, MMA people just then. I'm not going to name names or anything, but I went to watch an MMA show once, and I was walking by this MMA fighter, but I didn't realise he was a fighter at the time. But at the end, I realised who he was. And this bloke was like, "High five, mate, high five," and he was like, no, and just walked past him. And then the bloke was a little bit gutted, and I thought, man, like, you're not really well known, and you're not even high fiving the geezer, you know. The fighter is a really cool bloke. I'm not going to name names or anything, but I met a fighter there who was mates with one of my mates, and he was really, really nice. He was like, "Yeah, all right, mate, how's it going?" I talked to him for a little bit, and then took a picture with him, you know. So I don't see why certain people have to be like big-headed about stuff and think that they're the bee's knees, you know, and feel like they're too good to pay respect to a fan who just wants a high five. You know, this was years ago, by the way. This was before the coronavirus, so high fiving was not too bad back then.
All right.
I know that sounds weird to bring up, but just to mention, like, and the fighter was a really cool bloke, even the one who didn't high five that geezer. But it's like, I don't know, I just sort of thought, like, come on, bro, you could have high fived him, made his day, like, come on.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I also get annoyed at celebrities who tell people what to do all the time. You have to think the way I think. You have to do what I do to become famous or to be a good person. Give all your money to charity, like Ethan was saying, H3H3, you know. Give all your money away. I know he was saying it to the rich bigwigs, but a lot of celebrities say it to regular people. And I'm thinking, come on, you've got millions, regular people. They're on, if they're lucky, like 20k a year, you know, in England. They're on 20k a year if they're lucky. Do they really have money to waste? I mean, are you mental, you know? Yeah,
I think it was Pharrell Williams or something. He said to like his fans on Instagram, whatever, donate to charity. And then they said, well, why don't you donate? Like, say if like 1 million of us donated $1 each, that's the equivalent of like you just donating.
Yeah.
It's just so weird.
And you know people who really, really like care about donating, they don't go on about it 24/7. Like Tyson Fury. He doesn't say to people, donate, you gotta donate now. he donated 21 million from his first fight. I know more than enough money to live on, but that is a full paycheck from a fight. You know, that he worked ridiculously hard for, and he actually nearly got knocked out. I know he got up in the 12th, but like in that first fight, you know, and all the money you worked hard and earned from that fight, you give away. I mean, what a generous bloke. And he doesn't say to everyone, you have to donate as well, blah, 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 all the time, you know.
Because I know I saw that thing recently where he donated, was it water and all that, to the NHS and stuff?
Yeah, magnificent, you know. I mean, you see a lot of these celebrities, and some people, I don't mind them having these opinions or whatever, but who complain saying, oh, the NHS, blah, 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 getting annoyed. But I'm thinking, some of these people have donated nothing and done absolutely nothing for the NHS. You know, I'm fine with workers complaining and nurses and doctors complaining, oh, I know, we need blah, 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 blah. You know, I'm fine with doctors and nurses complaining because it's got to be ridiculously hard, you know. But regular people, like, come on, you know. I know you just might be advocating for the doctors and nurses and complaining for them, but, like, you should do stuff yourself. You should, if you feel so strongly about something that you need to get angry and rant about it on, like, social media, you really should be donating yourself. At the end of the day, actions speak louder than words, in my opinion. Take action, don't just talk.
Yeah, and I guess with a lot of people at the end of the day, like, not even celebrities, they just want to do stuff to gain attention, like a celebrity. They'll say, oh, I donated £1, everyone like me.
Yeah. It's like some of these people, I don't mind like members of political parties spamming out political stuff, but it's like these people who are just regular Joes off the street, regular bums, you know, and they're just constantly spamming political stuff on social media. And I'm thinking, just become a member of the party that you like and that you're voting for. Seriously, just stop going on and 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 on all the bloody time. It's absolutely ridiculous, really. Like, what do you think people who spam this sort of stuff out hope to achieve, in your opinion?
I guess they're just trying to, not brainwash you, but it's like, I've got the right facts, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell you over and over and over and over and over again because I know I'm right. That's what they're thinking.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, although a lot of people can construct decent arguments and just spam out and blurt out other stuff that other people have told them or other people have said, at the end, I feel like a lot of people, even though they try and sound smart and they try and have an answer for everything, they're not smart enough to feel stupid. They're not smart enough to realise that they might be wrong on a few things, you know.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of people who are just like, my opinion is fact. And then you present them with a few facts, then they're like, oh, well, my opinion's still fact and you're an idiot. You know? It's just so daft, some people.
Yeah.
And there's some people who just love to get in an argument about everything, man. I remember I said to this one dude, yeah, I agree with you, you know, on this thing. He's like, that's not the point though, is it? And I was like, what the bloody hell? But I just said I agree with you, you moron. I don't mind you getting annoyed if you disagree with my opinion, but I just said that I agree with your opinion. There's just some people who just love to argue with people over nothing. It's just worrying, really, the state of the human race, really, what we're all leading to, you know, like, we live in a good country, and there's a lot of them great for weird people, to be honest, you know, who just spout out a load of rubbish.
Oh, no.
It's very worrying. All I will say is, don't just spam stuff on social media. Actually, go out there and do something. If you believe in something, go out there and do it. If you want to donate to charity, don't blah, 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 donate. Donate stuff yourself. As I've always said, actions speak louder than words. Do something about it. James Coleman, 2020.
You just revealed your last name, James?
I'm not bothered. I don't care.
All right.
I'm not revealing my full name. I'm sure there's quite a few other James Colemans out there. I'm not, but you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter anyway about revealing your full name on YouTube. As long as you don't reveal your middle name, it's fine.
Okay, I'm just going to be stuck as Aaron, so there you go.
Yeah. Aaron Griffin. I've just done. Yeah. I wish that was Aaron's full name, but it's not. It'd be quite funny. But, yeah, a lot of these celebrities, they just bang on about stuff. When they're not even in the real world, they're just famous for being famous, you know. I mean, I sort of don't envy famous people. I was going to say this about the YouTubers, to be honest. Another reason why people quit stuff or don't want to be famous is because they get hassled so much. And it sucks that celebrities get hassled loads, but at the end of the day, the fans make you what you are, you know. I never hassle celebrities. never. I mean, as I said, I know I said about the MMA fighter I met earlier, but that was because he was married to one of my other mates. He said, "Do you want me to introduce you to him?" And I said, "Yeah, that'd be amazing." And he asked, "Is it all?" I think he phoned him up or messaged him saying, "Is it all right if you meet my friend?" "Yeah, sure, mate. Yeah, how's it going?" You know, that bloke who I saw who didn't high five the geezer, I didn't harass him or say, "Oh, are you so and so? I want a selfie." I'll never do anything like that. But yeah, at the end of the day, as much as I don't believe in celebrity harassment, you know, the fans do make you what you are. I don't really. The only thing that annoys me with celebrity harassment is if they just don't leave them alone at all and they're showing up at their house, or if it's like kids getting hassled. Because in Stranger Things, a lot of these kid actors, when they first started, were getting hassled by fans, and I'm thinking, these people are like 14 or 13 or 12 or whatever. Why the bloody hell are you following them around, you lunatics? Bloody idiots, you know, stupid. Absolute madness. So it annoys me when kid actors get hassled, because it's just annoying, really. You know, I know they're acting, but they're definitely do it for the passion. At that age, I don't think you're that bothered about the money, really. You know, but adult actors, I don't agree with too much hassle. But like, you do have to accept some people might want a selfie sometimes, and if you want people to leave you alone, if you're an adult actor, just do what Sean Connery did and move to the Bahamas. I don't know, just stay out the public eye and don't do anything anymore.
There you go, good bit of advice from James. Move to the Bahamas.
Yeah. But I mean, I bet somehow, I don't know how, but somehow ALP will get famous and I'll take back everything I just said. Stop hassling me! Stop hassling me, please! You know.
We'll have to set up a charity fund for ALP.
Yeah, give us loads of money so we can just do nothing or just spend it on pints at Witherspoons. Yeah. What's charity ever done for me, man? You know, I'm kidding. Yeah, have you got anything else you want to add about celebrity stand-up stuff then?
No, not really. Can't think of anything.
Alright then, well, we can wrap up nicely there.
As usual, the last 10 minutes just been rambling, but best way to be.
Yeah. So, thanks for watching, everyone, and see you in the next one.
Alright, thanks everyone.